The purple alert isn't a magic wand, but I do believe in making sure that these individuals with cognitive disabilities have every tool available to them to be returned safe and unharmed to their family.
The recent death in the Pocono Mountains of 5-year-old Ajani Samuels, a nonverbal child with autism and epilepsy, is renewing calls for a specific statewide alert system for missing people with cognitive disabilities. News 8 previously told you about legislation making its way through Harrisburg that would create a purple alert similar to an amber alert.
And News 8's Thusmi Mahfouz is here with the new sentiment from the lawmaker about this recent tragedy. Thusmi?
Yeah, Brian and Lori. So Republican State Representative Robert Ledbetter of the 109th District in Columbia County said Ajani's case is the latest painful example of why the state needs a separate alert system for vulnerable children who may not qualify for an amber alert. So his proposal, House Bill 2102, also known as Aiden's Law, was originally inspired by the deaths of Aiden Ha and Leah Clark, two other young nonverbal children whose disappearances ended in tragedy. We told you about it when it unanimously passed a House committee last month with bipartisan support. Now, similar to Amber Alerts for abducted children, the Purple Alert would immediately notify the public and law enforcement when that at-risk individual goes missing, and also allocate as many resources as possible to getting them home safe. So Ledbetter said Ajani's case would have qualified for a Purple Alert, and while he stopped short of saying the system would have saved his life, he doesn't want to politicize tragedy. He argued that it would have provided another critical tool to help law enforcement, also the public, respond more quickly.
We need to make sure that while in the case of Aiden Ha and Miss Clark and Ajani, they all were nonverbal, this purple alert expands to all cognitively disabled individuals here in the Commonwealth. And it's incumbent upon us that we are verbal with Leader Bradford, with Speaker McClinton, with President Pro Tem Kim Ward, and we ensure that Governor Shapiro understands the importance of passing Purple Alert in Pennsylvania.
Well, Thusmi, what are the possible holdups to this legislation if it does have so much bipartisan support here?
Yeah, so I think so many families have been wondering that too. Ledbetter says that Pennsylvania State Police and PennDOT are actually the ones that have pushed back on the measure. So we did reach out to state police, who tell us they are continuing to monitor the legislation. They also explained that the current missing endangered person advisory system, that's known as MEPA, it's already designed to assist in the recovery of missing persons who are at special risk of harm or injury, including individuals with autism and Down syndrome. So they are separate from Amber Alerts, and they are issued when a missing person does not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert. So we have more details on what that criteria is on our website right now, WGAL.com. And also, Ledbetter mentioned that police are the absolute key to this. As local officers in Aiden Ha's case, they were actually limited to using Facebook for communication, and that led to misinformation and also confusion during the search.
That type of inefficiency is not inefficiency that I think any of our first responders would welcome or embrace, whether it's 911 or fire or EMS. And so we want to make sure we as lawmakers support our first responders, support the Pennsylvania State Police and our municipal police officers. And so adding Purple Alert would be able to then give them a centralized point of communication, a way to get the information and the individual's pictures out to the community in a succinct and consistent way. And then any updates regarding the search then will be able to enjoy the same efficiencies that initiating it.
All right, so a handful of states actually have a Purple Alert system. Specifically, that's Florida, Maryland, Kansas, Mississippi, Connecticut, and West Virginia. The next steps for the bill are passage from the full House and a Senate committee, then also a floor approval, and then, of course, Governor Shapiro's signature. Until then, though, Ledbetter said families of these individuals, they remain at risk.